Oh, guess we're live, Patrice. Can you imagine that? We've only tried to put this together
I,
for like what, how long now? A year, 2 years, 3 years?
yeah, like maybe 3 years. I don't know.
It's been my fault though. I've been waiting way too long to put this together, and always had some excuse. The whole responsibility
Yeah,
thing kind of sucks. I'm just kidding.
you're a master procrastinator. That's what it is.
Stuff happens, stuff changes. So, but
No, no. It's literally like all you had to do is pick a date and book it
and sit down. I know. Jump on your
and
Calendly
sit
and get
down.
it set up. I get it.
Yes,
I get it.
yes.
Well, that's why it's called Random Tech Podcast. It randomly happens and it randomly
That's
sometimes
so
doesn't
true.
happen at all. So, but oh my
I
goodness,
mean, it's like
Zoom.
computers. It randomly basically never happens until it does.
That's that is true. When I deny Zoom wanted to record my screen and
Hmm
I said no. I was like, I hope I don't need it for this because it should be Ecamm Live that's doing this, and I wanted to give them a shout out too because their application is fantastic. So
hmm
it made this so much
Definitely
easier.
is.
Even someone like me was able to put that together, and I have to be careful with the hand gestures too, or the ops bot's going to start zooming in again, even though I changed the language to Chinese, so it does not. But yeah, without further ado, I mean, so this is just a random tech podcast. We discuss some things that goes on in our lives. We discuss tech, some stuff that happened. And I guess to introduce myself, I'm Jerome Kohler. I am usually did stuff like this with Doc and then Patrice. We did deconstructed for the longest, where we just tore
Uh-huh.
into stupid articles that were out there. And then, well, Patrice, she's everywhere, isn't she? Like almost every
Yeah,
podcast I listen
kind
to you
of.
on.
No, not quite. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're listening to, so maybe I don't know.
Uh,
I'm only on four to six. So
that's a lot, and I think I listened to
so
about 4 to 6 of the ones. You need to get on like Mac Break Weekly and stuff and give some.
yeah, I would love to do that, but maybe some other time. I mean, that might actually be a problem with like recording times or whatever, because
Uh,
since I'm in Europe, I mean, it's always a bit of a problem.
that's true. You're in Europe. I'm in Hawaii. We have like a 12-hour difference. It
Yeah.
is a nightmare, especially when trying to
Well, no, actually,
organize
actually,
stuff.
that's kind of perfect. I mean, like 12 hours, it makes it easier because it's either okay in the morning for you or the evening for me or vice versa. I think that makes it a
That's
little bit
true.
easier. Anything in between is a problem.
That's the problem because we have a lot of
Yeah.
folks who are on the mainland
Mm-hmm.
and they're everywhere from like
Yeah.
Pacific to East Coast
Mm-hmm.
to Central
Yeah.
to whatever
Yeah.
other time zone we have out there. And
Mm-hmm.
trying to get everyone organized and getting us organized is almost impossible from what I've noticed.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but I'm happy
By
we're
the
doing
way,
this though.
I
Yes,
me
go ahead.
me
I'm sorry.
too. I heard like when you said your name, I heard you're drunk caller, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of early for that, but okay,
I could be. No, no. Actually, I
you could be
stopped.
true.
I stopped drinking. On a side note, so I haven't been drinking. I haven't been. There's a lot of stuff that's changed. I'm down like what
Mm-hmm.
42 pounds now from what I was, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of
That's
crazy. I
pretty
feel
massive.
better, and I'm still
Mm-hmm.
going, but the
You look
clothes are
better.
all like loose now and stuff. And at work,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like I'm wearing baggy clothes now, so I got to be careful. But that's
Well,
actually
then style.
a
That's actually in style right now, so that's not a problem.
that is true. God, that is actually a pretty good
You
segue
waited.
into.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I said you waited long enough for it to be in style again. So.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, but I mean, you're kind of trying to eat healthier, and
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of in the same boat, also, right? So I've been
Yeah.
using goodness, what I've been using. I actually have to bust out my phone real quick and see which apps I'm using. Let's see what we got in here. The biggest one is I've been using Happy Scale to like kind of track my weight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've been using Food Noms for tracking my food.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were using Lose It. Is my Are
Yeah,
you
I
still
was
using that
I was
application
using
or?
Lose It for quite a while. Actually stopped recently because I kind of didn't really need it anymore. But for the time I had it, like to get everything started and whatever, it was actually pretty good.
Okay.
So yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean
both
I've
of
been
these
like
came
I
recommended.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean like the other important thing is have a good scale. And I mean I've had for I don't know, 12, 13 years at least. Not 12 years. I've had a whiting scale. So or different
my
ones, not the same actually.
is it Ufi? I always mispronounce it. Is it Ufi or Ufi? But
Yuffie, Yufi, I don't know.
one of those. My
Nobody
scale finally
knows. It's
broke.
Chinese, so who knows?
Yeah, it's true.
Wow,
Well, it's
okay.
Anchor product, isn't it? From what I call same
Yeah.
company. That
Yeah.
thing finally gave the ghost. I think it's what, 8 years old now, but I think water got
Mm-hmm.
inside, so it corroded the connections.
Uh,
So I have
mm-hmm.
a Wise coming in, a Wise X coming
Mm-hmm.
in. If not today,
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. Our shipping's been kind of wonky with Amazon coming into Hawaii recently. So
Mm-hmm.
like the this thing, which I'm hopefully going to do a little unboxing slash review slash quick thing, is that thing came in all beat up. I don't know if you can see it. The box is like a little bit jacked up, but it's
Yeah,
supposed to
looks
come
like
in
it.
3 4 days ago, and it finally showed up. They were about to let me refund the money for it, and then it just
So,
magically showed
so
up.
what you're saying is someone played like soccer with it and like dropped it a bunch of times and bowled with it or whatever, and it was like finally, oh, we should probably deliver this.
That's a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. So, but oh man.
Yeah.
On a side note,
Yeah, I mean,
what have you been up to?
we
Oh, sorry.
um I would just wanted to mention we had a case here. That's why I mentioned that where like
Oh,
some delivery guy literally dropped like a bunch of delivery, like a ton of deliveries just randomly in the forest somewhere. So
holy crap!
just didn't
Just
want to do it. Like just dropped it somewhere and then they got caught eventually. But
So my coffee maker came in. I picked up a fellow Aiden, and it came in. You know where they
mm-hmm,
put the box when it arrived? FedEx.
mm-hmm,
They put it
in
in the
front of
carport.
you
No, no, I put it
in
in
the
the
car.
carport where there's a car usually parked, but there wasn't a car this time, so
Mm,
it's out in the open, sitting in the carport. Just I was like, trying to,
cool.
hey, I see it's delivered,
Yeah.
and walked
I
over
mean,
there, and
not
then
as
all of
bad
a
as the
sudden,
trash can, but
at least behind the trash can, I would know that it's safe because
no,
people
no,
would think it's
in
an
the
empty
trash
box.
can.
Oh,
Literally happened to me. Someone was like, I put it in the trash can. I'm like, oh, that's not a good idea.
is it an Austrian thing or? No, I'm just
No, that
joking.
was in the US. That was even in the US.
Oh,
That's the
okay, that
crazy
makes more
shit. That
sense. And
was
I was
in the
like,
US.
I wouldn't expect that in Europe. So,
No, they're about as bad here, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I have regular on a regular thing where like I have a delivery and the guy just never shows and it says, "Oh, nobody was home." And I'm like BS, I'm working from home. Like I've
yeah,
been here
that's.
all day. Like just didn't care. Like
I've
whatever. Like
I've
didn't
had
even
that.
try.
I was like, I work from home, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
bizarre
just didn't
world
care.
sometimes.
That
Yeah,
happens all
what
the
can you do?
time. Like just didn't care.
But
Yeah, no, what's up with me? I really don't know. Like all over the place, kind of. No, I'm doing a bunch of podcasts. I'm in Vienna now, so maybe that changed. I don't know
that's
when we
cool.
last spoke.
I
Been a
think we
while.
actually spoke before you moved. So I think you were
Yeah, that's
still in Deutschland
possible.
at that
Yeah.
time. So
No, that
or were you no, you were
no. I was still in Austria. I've been in Austria for the last almost five
has
years
it
now.
been that
So
long? Oh crap,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah. I've been like 2019, like October 2019. I moved from the US to Austria. So it's
That shows you we haven't done
been a
this
while.
for way too long
Yeah,
then. You're right.
no,
You're right.
yeah, moved to Vienna. Like, I think I'm finally, after a year, closing in on having everything set up in my
Oh.
apartment.
And then you get to
Been a
move
bit
again.
crazy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just
and then
kidding.
I'm probably gonna move again. Yeah, that's usually me. No, it's like, it's been good. Like I'm, yeah, busy
The pictures you
ordering
send
stuff
me,
and
so cool. I mean, just the area looks really nice. It's like
hmm
yeah, something. It's like I was gonna say stereotypically like European some of the designs, but it's just
and
I
it
love it. I
kind of
kind of miss
is.
that.
No, it
So
definitely is. Yeah. I mean, this area here is like, I mean, when people think of Vienna, they think like, oh, like old buildings and sissy and like all of that, Schnitzel, all of that.
oh,
Um,
I miss Schnitzel.
which there is that, yes, but there's also a lot of like it's a very modern city, like a lot of new areas. Like the building I'm in, like literally didn't exist like 2 years ago. So
Oh wow.
like a
Okay.
first move in basically, first tenant.
Ooh,
So
that's
yeah, some issues with that. We just had a big storm coming through here, and like some of the walls are wet. So yay! Yeah, there's
we've
some faults in the construction they still have to fix,
we've
but
been
yeah.
lucky. Like we've had multiple hurricanes that were on track to
Mm-hmm.
hit us, and then either they moved, or usually what happens is Hawaii Island, or what some people
Mm-hmm.
say Big Island. Usually we have a mountain range that blocks
Mm-hmm.
most of that.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a certain the side of one side of the island gets just slammed, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they have a lot of damage, but then it gets
Mm-hmm.
dispersed. But
Yeah. I
lucky.
thought you would say, oh, you moved the island simply out of the way.
Yeah, it's the whole the thing moved it. But we've been lucky so far. Everyone says that we're ready for like another big kind of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
hurricane coming through
It's
and just
it's
causing
I mean,
issues.
that's unfortunately yes gonna happen. It's an island, so
It's
eventually.
statistics, right? And with
Mm-hmm.
more coming through, you're
Yeah.
increasing the possible chance. But
Mm-hmm.
no,
No, but let's hope that that's a long, long, long time until that happens.
that's I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But luckily, we
Mm-hmm.
haven't
Yeah,
had.
we've
I don't
had.
think we've had water come in yet. And usually, if something big comes through, we
Mm-hmm.
have the landlord here. She actually created, like her husband created, these wooden things you can hang over the windows to protect.
Mm-hmm.
So just to
Oh, that's
keep the
cool.
jelly seeds
Yeah.
from kind of getting crushed in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean here it's more, as I said, it's a completely brand new building, and I guess like some stuff wasn't done. Of course, some stuff wasn't done correctly, and
uh,
you only notice when like storms like this
some
happens.
crazy
Like
stuff comes through, right? Which I guess
yeah,
I should say
yeah,
I'm
but
on
it's fine.
Oahu, on in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. So the main island, if
Yeah.
you've been to visit, you've more likely come to that island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool island.
Yeah, you need to come visit again when you get a chance. Same thing with
I
me
do
actually
I
going the
do.
opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I was just recently there's a really cool Vision Pro app called Sino.
oh, I
um,
heard of that. Okay.
that where you can basically you like it connects to your photos, and you can basically select like you can go like it's basically a combination of Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever, like the Street View part with your photos. So you can basically go to like I went to Hawaii, I went to Oahu, and I saw all the photos that I've taken like on the map, and then you can click on one, tap on one, whatever, view it, whatever, like finger thingy, and then it takes you into the street view at that position. And that was
Ah,
actually pretty
okay.
cool. I was like, oh, interesting. This is where I've been. This is where I took this photo. It's
That
not always correct. There were a couple of photos where I was like, no, I know I've not been there.
that
So
is
either
actually
it was
ah,
some random photo that I just put in my camera roll, or it just the location data wasn't correct or something.
that could happen. I actually want to
Yeah,
pick
that
up a
can
Vision
happen.
Pro, but I don't know if I want to do that yet since the certain company I'm with, it's kind of unknown right now. I don't want to spend large amounts of money
Hmm.
unless I really have to,
Yeah,
right?
I can totally see
Step
that.
hand
No,
it.
I'm happy. I mean, I went to like maybe that's a fun tech story. The Vision Pro is not yet in Austria, so I had to go to Germany when it came out in July. I traveled to Munich and picked it up there. So it took 2 days off,
Oh,
made a little mini vacation out of that. Went to Germany, picked it up, took it home to Austria. So
that's pretty cool. And on a side note, I forgot this is the free version of Zoom, so we only have like less than 7 minutes left. So
okay.
holy
So
crap!
well, we
I guess I
finally
gotta
made
pay
it to
for
tech.
Zoom. Yeah, I know. We
Or
finally did
yes.
the tech. Yeah, I haven't picked up a Vision Pro yet. We've been utilizing one at work though. We've been doing some pretty cool stuff with
Mm-hmm.
it. We're actually going to Austin in November to present in front of. There's an
Mm-hmm.
aviation kind of summit that happens down there, but that's sponsored by Apple. And we're gonna go down
Mm-hmm.
there. We're doing some pretty cool stuff with that. So we've also been using like HoloLens for like repairs and stuff, which is actually based on how old the hardware is now. It was pretty cool. What I did is I did a site survey on a location. I put on the HoloLens, and then I had people actually point
Mm-hmm.
out specific things using the HoloLens, and then they could drop a PDF in with schematics and show that off, and then we could update it. It was pretty cool. So. Yeah, technology definitely makes life easier. Only thing is, you can't
Yeah.
move multiple areas. Like I tried walking maybe like a quarter click, and because what
Mm-hmm.
it does is it keeps on trying to pinpoint a place, and it keeps on changing. So it only has a certain range, right? I think we had the similar issue with the
Yeah.
Vision Pro when you're on a train. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, that was funny when I set it up the first time on the train because the previous version, the current stable version of Vision OS 1.3 or 1.2, I think back then even, does not have train mode.
okay.
So you sit in the train and the window just flies in your face. And doing setup, that's kind of a problem. So
Um,
yeah, not a problem anymore because now they do have it, and I've used it on a train. It's totally fine. But
are
yeah,
you
on the
updating
beta
everything?
version.
Are you updating everything on
I,
Monday,
I,
by the way?
no, I'm already on the beta, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
right. I forgot who I'm talking
I
to.
always do betas.
So
I am
yeah, I
betas, like
didn't. We
betas
should.
everywhere.
We should. The thing is, I'm looking at utilizing Intune as our MDM, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have all the 0 day stuff ready. So I'm actually gonna.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to start deploying everything to Intune for the Mac side at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's not happening anymore because I now have to kind of do a little bit more testing. Yeah, I didn't expect
Mm-hmm.
the OS to come out that early, Sequoia to come out
Yeah.
that quick.
Well,
So
Sequoia I didn't expect. It's true, but I don't
iOS I did,
remember if that was the same
but
last
Sequoia
year.
no, I expected it later down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay.
life goes
There
on.
weren't too many big changes on Sequoia, so it was
No, there
okay.
wasn't. There was some cool stuff like on the
Mm-hmm.
MDM side, which is gonna I'm gonna actually
Mm-hmm.
utilize and I want to utilize. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
move over to PSSO with the secure enclave. I'm doing the password syncing right
Mm-hmm.
now, but I want to later down the road
Mm-hmm.
start removing people's admin privileges. I hate doing that, but I don't trust
Mm-hmm.
everyone. So, but you know how that
Well,
goes.
don't remove mine. I don't work for you, so that's fine.
Oh, fair enough. Oh no, your video froze. I think it's telling us that we're done.
uh, no, no, no. This is. I think this is either a bug in continuity camera or
Ah,
in
okay, okay,
eCam, because
got
I
it.
had that problem and I only have it on this machine on Sequoia. So I
Oh,
think that might be still a
okay.
bug somewhere.
Oh,
It's
that
just
makes
continuity
sense.
camera just freezes and for some reason.
Well, the good news is that
So.
means we can kind of start winding down too, since we're almost at the end of
Mm-hmm.
this of my free time, and I should really get a paid account, I guess. So, but
Yeah, you kind of should.
yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. So, as I mentioned, I'm Jerry is usually my name. I guess I'll just say that. That's usually what people call me. Everyone that knows me calls me. We also have Patrice. Where can we find you, Patrice?
Mm-hmm. Well, every week we mentioned in the beginning a bunch of podcasts. So every week I'm on the British Tech Network, two shows, Big Show and Mac Show, where we talk about, let's say, general tech in one show, so chip design and gaming or whatever. And the other one is the Mac Show, where we talk about Apple side of things. So we kind of split it in half. Otherwise, we would probably just talk about Apple all the time. I have a really cool podcast with a guy called Jeff Gamet, you
Oh,
might
he's
have heard
awesome.
of. Retro Rewatch, where we really literally talk about retro TV shows. And we're rewatching Stargate SG-1. It's
Mm,
27-ish years old, so
wow.
quite a long time. And he has never seen it, and I have. So we're rewatching that, and it's been a lot of fun. And we're only halfway through with what we've published, at least. We're only halfway through the first season. We've actually recorded way more. We're like 13 episodes ahead, I think. So we're now releasing weekly. So that's a big
Oh,
change that's
cool.
coming up.
Yeah, me. I
Yeah.
mean, you can find me here now. And usually I'm Mastodon, where it's just my first dot last name. And then we also, gosh, I'm on Blue Sky now too. Most of my stuff is being done on Threads and Facebook and Instagram though, right now, and YouTube, as you can see. I'll put all the links in the show notes if I don't forget to create them, because right now the notes are kind of really bare bones. But without
Really bare
further
bones.
ado, I guess I better finish up before it actually kicks us out. Oh,
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
you're back. Yeah, good
Camera's
to see
back.
you again.
Kind of.
But
And then it freezes again.
yeah, it did.
As I said,
Well,
it's some continuity
it's a
camera
random tech
podcast.
podcast. Random tech issues happen. Random everything happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're good to
It's
go.
true.
So, but without further ado, let's finish this up. I'm gonna say aloha. What did you want to say? Do you have your little catchphrase or anything?
No, I actually don't. I'm just saying, have a good one.
You're blurry. Okay, y'all take it easy. Have a good one.
There we go. I don't know what it's doing, but it's